When patients over 75 present with severe knee instability, the default medical diagnosis is almost entirely focused on the structural joint. Most doctors point straight to cartilage loss. They explain that the cartilage has worn down, leaving narrow gaps between the femur and tibia that cause bone-on-bone friction. For decades, the assumption has been that once the joint reaches this stage of decay, the only real answer is to surgically replace it. But a 2023 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked 2,400 adults over the age of 75 with diagnosed knee weakness, and the results directly challenged that assumption. This chart illustrates their findings. While the baseline trajectory for these patients assumed progressive joint decay, researchers discovered that 78% of the participants who avoided surgery and instead followed a specific exercise routine reported significantly less pain and better mobility within 16 weeks. If nearly 8 out of 10 elderly patients can reverse their knee weakness without making a single physical repair to the joint itself, the root cause of their instability cannot be the structural joint. The data points to a different diagnostic model. For most seniors, knee weakness is a muscular problem hiding around the joint. Specifically, it is driven by muscular atrophy within the surrounding kinetic chain. We often view the knee as an isolated hinge, but it's a biological suspension system relying on support cables above and below for alignment and impact absorption. We will rebuild this biomechanical model piece by piece, mapping 5 scientifically tested movements to the exact muscles they target. Understanding how to reactivate this muscular suspension system is the primary mechanism for preventing unnecessary joint replacement surgery. The first layer of the suspension system begins below the knee, with the tibialis anterior, a muscle running down the front of the shin. Mechanically, this muscle acts as an anterior support cable. It fires to stabilize the lower leg and prevent the knee from buckling during the exact moment your heel strikes the ground and transfers your weight forward. To isolate and wake this muscle up without any impact on the knee, geriatric physical therapy utilizes the seated toe tap. By simply lifting your toes up and slowly lowering them while keeping your heels planted, you force the tibialis anterior to engage. A 2021 clinical biomechanics study tested this muscle in 318 seniors. The data shows weakness in the tibialis anterior multiplies knee instability by 2.7 times compared to stronger shin muscles. Furthermore, optimization data from researchers at the University of Melbourne indicates that performing this specific activation in the morning yields a 19% increase in muscle activation compared to evening sessions. Securing the foundation of the kinetic chain at the shin is a non-negotiable prerequisite. Until this cable functions correctly, you cannot stabilize the actual knee joint above it. Moving upward along the chain, we reach the system's primary shock absorbers, the quadriceps, the powerful muscle group running down the front of the thigh. Biomechanically, strong quadriceps act as a dampener. They are responsible for diffusing the kinetic impact of every step before that force can reach the worn cartilage of the knee joint. Rebuilding this shock absorber without applying shear force to the joint is accomplished through the seated leg extension. You sit up tall and slowly straighten one leg until it is parallel to the floor, holding briefly before lowering it. In 2022, researchers at Johns Hopkins followed 1,156 adults over the age of 75 with chronic knee weakness for 2 full years. The physiological outcomes for participants who strengthened their quadriceps were clear. They measured a 51% reduction in knee pain and a 38% improvement in their total walking distance. Most importantly for clinical outcomes, those same participants were 67% less likely to need knee replacement surgery during the study period. The reason this movement is so highly effective lies in a concept called eccentric contraction. This is the slow, controlled lowering phase of the leg extension. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen found that focusing on this eccentric control produces 30% greater muscle gains in elderly patients compared to executing fast, momentum-driven movements. By increasing the quadriceps capacity to absorb shock, the body actively overrides existing structural degradation. The muscle catches the impact first, rendering the worn cartilage largely irrelevant. We now shift to a highly counterintuitive area of knee support, the outer hips, specifically the gluteus medius. When the outer hip is weak, it triggers a pathology known as valgus collapse. Every time you take a step, the weak glute fails to hold your leg straight, causing the knee joint to misalign and cave inward, which creates massive lateral strain. To tighten these lateral hinges, physical therapists use the standing side leg lift. While holding a chair for balance, you slowly raise one leg directly out to the side. A 2020 study published in Osteoarthritis and Cartilage measured the hip abductor strength, the exact muscles used in this lift, in adults over 75. They established a direct correlation. Patients with the strongest hip abductors experienced 44% less knee pain than those with weak lateral muscles. Corroborating this, data from the University of Queensland demonstrated a 28% improvement in walking stability after seniors followed a 10-week protocol of side leg lifts. Lateral hip strength is required to keep the knee joint's vertical alignment intact. Without it, the joint is effectively tearing itself apart from the side with every step. Rotating our focus to the posterior of the leg, we engage the hamstrings, the muscles running down the back of the thigh that balance the pull of the quadriceps. A major clinical obstacle in geriatric knee rehabilitation is severe joint stiffness. Before the knee can bear weight effectively, it needs its full range of motion restored safely. This is achieved through the heel slide. By lying on your back and slowly sliding your heel toward your glutes, you perform what is known as controlled flexion. This zero-impact movement stimulates the production of synovial fluid, naturally washing over and lubricating the joint capsule. A trial from the Cleveland Clinic followed 942 older adults with significant knee weakness for a full year. The participants who performed daily heel slides measured a 58% reduction in joint stiffness and a 49% drop in reported falls. Mayo Clinic data further proved that performing these range of motion exercises twice a day, both in the morning and the evening, improved those results by an additional 42%. Passive, load-free movement is the safest way to lubricate a damaged joint capsule while simultaneously building hamstring balance. The capstone intervention brings all of these muscle groups together into one highly controlled movement, the wall-assisted mini-squat. This exercise relies on sustained tension. By standing flat against a wall and sliding into a shallow squat, the physical wall absorbs the load. It shifts shear force away from the knee joint, isolating the tension directly onto the quadriceps and glutes. In 2022, a clinical trial at Stanford University tested this exact movement on adults aged 75 to 88. These patients, all of whom had painful knees and were not regular exercisers, performed wall squats for just 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, over a 12-week period. The physical improvements were massive. Participants achieved a 64% reduction in total knee pain and a 53% measurable improvement in their ability to climb stairs. Additionally, data from the University of California shows that pairing the squat hold with steady nasal breathing increases oxygen delivery and boosts muscular endurance results by another 22%. We have now rebuilt the complete suspension system. The tibialis anterior acts as the lower cable, the quadriceps as the primary shock absorber, the glutes as the lateral hinge, and the hamstrings for fluid flexion. They all fire in synchronized harmony. The biological reality is that the human knee cannot function, nor can it be successfully rehabilitated, in total isolation. The clinical literature demonstrates that utilizing specific mechanics like eccentric contraction and sustained tension actively reverses geriatric instability. Viewing cartilage loss as an unsolvable consequence of aging leads straight to the operating table. The medically proven alternative is to treat the surrounding muscular atrophy instead. Treating a weak joint correctly requires taking the focus off the bone and cartilage entirely and meticulously rebuilding the muscular system that suspends it.